Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I'm Sandy Gingerich, Senior Partner in the Brand Promotion Practice Group at Eric Mower and Associates, and you are connected to the Retail Renaissance webinar. My partner in today's presentation is EMA Consumer Strategist, Mary Jo Hardy. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. The reason we're here with you today is to report on some of the leading trends we're seeing among consumers, how they're changing their behavior in response, and the impact of that on retail. So whether you're in the business of durable consumer products, grocery, financial services, healthcare, or any other consumer product or service, you'll walk away with implications for your business and a sense of how you might create opportunity. So let's get started. We do appreciate your questions, and we do ask that you would hold them till the end. The change in consumers' attitude toward consumption is real. Consumers are rethinking their consumption strategies in a variety of ways. They'll save money by consolidating trips, they're buying on deal, and putting off purchases as they redefine what it is they really need. They're willing to make more sacrifices on the things they simply want also, especially around style and image. They are even willing to rethink how much they spend on a gift, knowing that the person on the receiving end is most likely in the same boat that they are. One thing they won't change is their requirement for convenience. They've grown accustomed to a broad range of tools that help them manage their lives and frees up that oh-so-precious time. Consumers are now more informed, and many of them are making real changes in their everyday life in order to better the health of themselves, their families, and that of the planet. They've begun to discuss these issues with more sophistication, and they will make time to research the backstory on almost anything. Fortunately, the Internet gives them the access they need to this information, and it's evolved into a two-way medium, the consumer-to-consumer dialogue being the one that actually has the most credibility. Okay, so today we'll talk about 4 core consumer trends and the impact they're having on retail today. And we'll also point out some opportunities that we hope will inspire you as consumers exhibit greater self-control over their impulses and purchases. The 4 core consumer trends that we're watching are consumer confidence, consumer convenience, consumer consciousness, and consumer conversions. Okay, so let's start with the first one, consumer confidence. And I think for all of us, the economy is top of mind for practically everyone, but what we're facing right now is the unprecedented combination of inflation in gas, food, and energy prices combined with the deflation of the housing market. And this is causing consumers to rethink their values and behaviors. The macro trend that we're seeing is called dollars and cents, which is all about the evolution, maturation, and stabilization of the new economy. The age of net negative household savings and increasing home values is over. Americans have no choice now but to get real and save. So when we think about the impact of this on shopping behavior, we're seeing a definite shift from wants to needs. Now, all of a sudden, consumers are scrutinizing practically everything, and they're asking themselves, do I really need this more often? There are a variety of behaviors that have emerged out of the new economy. One-stop shopping trips have increased, and impulse trips and purchases have decreased. I mean, I think we would all agree the 40% increase in gas prices over a year ago has been a bitter pill for consumers to swallow, and they're devising strategies to just limit their time spent driving. I'm sure all of you are seeing the stories about that $100 fill-up, and it seems to be this emotional marker in the consumer's mind that means, you know, this is really, really bad. This trend towards one-stop shopping is benefiting the mass discounters for sure. Costco reported a net sales increase of 12% in May as consumers continue to transition from department store shopping to large discount retailers. With fewer impulse shopping trips, the opportunity for that impulse visit to your favorite restaurant also decreases. Mintel did a study that showed over half of people who dine out regularly are cutting back on restaurant spending because of the economy. While we've seen some nice growth in the QSR industry, this report showed that most of those trying to cut back are saying they'll simply go out less rather than choosing cheaper entrees or restaurants. We at EMA have been watching the increase in private label sales and increased couponing for a while now. Recently, retailers like Kroger have reported even bigger gains in private label sales, but there are indications that those increases are coming from just higher prices and not necessarily increased units. That's another indicator that trips are down. Last year, CMS reported that Americans halted a 16-year trend of declining coupon redemption, and they're expecting that trend to continue. Some consumers are even going to be rethinking gifting as well. And we saw a report from the National Retail Federation that indicated spending on Father's Day this year would be an average of about $4 less than last year, with Americans indicating that spending quality time with their family was a higher priority than giving a big, expensive gift. We're also thinking about how style and image will take on a new meaning as consumers feel a squeeze on their personal finances. A perfect example of this is what is happening in the light truck category in the U.S. We've been seeing that shift from SUVs to cars for a while now, but there seems to be an interesting dynamic around pickup truck sales as well. It seems that the only people really in the market for a pickup truck right now are the ones who will use it for their work. The guys who bought one in the past because they were cool and depicted a better image are rethinking that as it costs more to operate. And this is a perfect example of a shift in mindset from want to need. The new economy will bring on a whole new meaning to the term considered purchase, as more consumers will wait even longer before purchasing big-ticket items. They'll try to make do with what they have and will even skip certain expenditures until things get better. And probably the most profound example we're seeing is in the travel industry. A recent Gallup poll showed that 37% of Americans are canceling their vacations altogether. Others are considering a staycation, where you take your vacation at home. What was old is new again, as consumers are beginning to embrace a range of old-school buying behaviors to stretch their dollar further. We're seeing reports of increased haggling and bartering activity, and a good indication of this is that Max Edison's book, How to Haggle, was on backorder on Amazon.com earlier this year, and I think I logged on 2 nights ago and there were just 2 copies left with more on the way. This practice is also seeing some acceptance from retailers. Home Depot has recently instated a policy that allows salespeople to adjust prices in order to retain customers. We're also watching blog activity on this issue specifically, and it seems that consumers are just thrilled and excited by this notion. One gentleman reported that, wow, I didn't even have to haggle, and they ignored the shipping and handling charge as well, after he, brought in a printout that he found online for a fan that was $30 cheaper than advertised at Home Depot. He was thrilled that the sales associate just reduced the price right on the spot. We're also seeing a broader application of fractional ownership and renting. And this used to be seen more with luxury items like fine jewelry and vacation homes, but now it's spreading wider and deeper. Take the car sharing program, Our Car. Our Car is a great service that buys, insures, and maintains a fleet of member-shared cars for consumers in the Twin Cities. Not only does this cut cost for the consumer, but it's really convenient too. The cars are parked in hubs near their homes and workplaces, and the transactions are all done online. We're really interested in seeing what happens with just good old-fashioned savings, and I should comment that we think the jury is still out on whether consumers will truly save for security's sake. But what we are seeing is a lot of tools out there that help consumers save in terms of stocking money away for a big purchase. So look at SmartyPig.com, for instance. This is a site started by 2 guys who wanted to save for their own family vacations in the same manner that they were saving for their kids' college tuition through a 529 plan. They searched for a similar service and couldn't find one, so they decided to create it themselves. SmartyPig is completely free, FDIC insured, and helps consumers save for a specific goal. They also serve as a social site where you can invite friends and family to help you save. SmartyPig has partnered with retailers like Amazon and Best Buy, so members can take their savings in the form of a gift card with a bonus of up to 5% in interest. We're also seeing the trend towards thrift and resale continue, and the National Association of Resale and Thrift Shops predicts market growth of 5% in 2008. We're also seeing the one-stop concept being applied to this industry as resale and thrift shops open in close proximity to each other. They know that being clustered together, they can become more of a destination for the value-conscious shopper.
So who's doing it right at retail? Well, Walmart for one. When it comes to the economy, Walmart can do what American politicians can't, and that is control prices. Walmart is continuously reinforcing their value positioning with consumers. From the new tagline, Save Money, Live Better, that was introduced in 2007, to cementing their low-price leadership with offerings like $4 prescriptions. They've extended their positioning to address consumers' concerns with an online resource that helps consumers stretch their dollars. And it's working. The S&P 500 stock index has tumbled 9% year to date.